Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be going over how to change your interior trim in a B6 A4. It also was the same process in a B7. The car that I got the trim from came off of B7. So I'm going to be going over how to change the door trim front and back, and also the trim that goes along the dashboard here that you can't really see. But it's really simple. When I was in the junkyard, it took me like about maybe 10 minutes to get all of the different trim pieces off. Super simple. All you're gonna need for this to do this is a 8mm wrench for the ones along the dash. I'll also suggest a trim removal tool, like a little pry tool, like so. You're gonna have to take off one of these panels here on each side of the car, and then also to get these off, they just snap off. And you're gonna need the pry tool for that, or you could use a screwdriver, but you run the risk of scratching up something or messing up something if you use a screwdriver. So I suggest grab one of these, and that's pretty much all you're gonna need. And I'm gonna go over how to change everything. So here we go. Okay, the first thing you're gonna need to do is take off the lower dash panel, that one right there. That makes everything a little bit easier to get to and work from, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. Everything is gonna be at 8mm. And this is where you're gonna want to use your interior trim tool to remove this piece here. Just comes out like that. And you're also gonna want to remove your headlight switch, which you just push it in, turn it to completely off. And I also made a video about how to install one of these in case you find one at the junkyard. It has auto, and you can give your car automatic headlights. You're going to take this out. There are two little clips on it. And you're going to compress those in. Pull out your headlight switch. Just like so. And here's where you're going to find the first of our screws. There's going to be one here. And we're also going to have to get, so we might as well start here with this. I kind of backtracked there. So what you want to do, you want to take off this panel first, and then you're going to take off your headlights, take out your headlight switch. And there are going to be 3 screws. So there's going to be one right here. Then there's also going to be one down here where my finger is. And then right directly across it by the center console, you'll also find one. So once you got all those out, you're going to have to give this a nice little pry and a pull, and it should come down. Okay. Okay. And there you go. You don't want to just kind of yank this down because there are going to be a couple connectors. Your OBD2 port is connected here, and obviously you don't want to mess that up. And then also there's a footwell light down there too that you don't want to mess up. So just kind of, be careful about that. So here's one of our little trim pieces that we're going to remove here. And make sure you keep this piece if your car doesn't have the daytime running light controls here. My car didn't. I kind of freaked out when I was at the junkyard getting all of this, because the car that had it had the daytime running light thing there. And I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Don't worry about it. Just keep that little piece and it goes in there just fine. Okay, so you got one 8mm bolt right here that you're going to want to take out. In there. Then you got one by the steering wheel, just under the little mode button here. Okay, take that out. Then you got one that's way up in there behind the headlight switch. And I forgot to mention earlier, you probably want to get an extension for some of these, because some of the bolts that we're going to get, especially when we get to the other side of the trim, like the one that basically goes in front of the front passenger, that one, like, it has 4 bolts and they're like pretty well in there. So you're going to want to grab that. And just like that, the panel comes out. Now we're going to put everything on this side back together. Actually, before we put everything on this side back together, there's one other bolt along this side right here that you're gonna want to get. So here's our new panel. It's a little dirty. I kind of forgot to clean it up when I got it back from the junkyard, but I'm gonna be doing like a complete interior cleaning in this car anyway, so it'll get cleaned in. So you're gonna get your headlight switch and put it back in. Goes in like that. Hear that click. And there's like a little flat little cutout there that you'll see. So that back in. And you're gonna take your little panel that you took out. Now if you have the daytime running light little controls there, then obviously you'll put that in. There should be a wire for that. But my car doesn't have that. My car is a pleb spec. So I'm just gonna put that piece back in there. And you're done on this side. But what we need to do, this still needs to stay down because we need to hop over to the other side of the car and start doing some stuff over there. So I'm gonna meet you guys over there. Okay. So, back in the car, we're gonna start on this piece here. The first thing you need to do is, one, make sure you don't lose all your screws, but this panel here needs to come out. So it's gonna prove to be a little bit difficult to get this out, but this is where your trim tool comes in handy. You're gonna kind of work your way around it. It just has two like little snaps in it. Oh, broke the trim removal tool. That's nice. So it comes out just like that, and there are the little snaps for it to come out. Okay. So now there are going to be two more 8mm screws. Bolts that we're going to have to get out. And they are way up in here. So you'll see them, like if you're working on your own car, I don't know if the camera's picking this up, but there's one there and there. So you're going to want to take those out. And I would suggest being very careful when you're taking them out because they're in there very well and you don't want to lose them back in there. So be pretty careful taking them out. So they don't want to come out anyway, so we're just going to leave those. We're going to move over to the other side. So this is where the last bolt is going to be. There's going to be a hole right here that I'm not sure that you can really see, but when you're working on your own car, you'll see it. And that's where the last bolt is. It's in there. So you're going to have to use a little bit of force to kind of pull everything out. Okay. And now you want to get your new piece in. So you grab your 8mm, the 8mm Army. And something I would suggest too is that when you're at the junkyard and you're getting parts like this, whatever old bolts and screws you can get from that car, make sure you grab them. Okay, now I'm only going to show you this process on one door because the process is exactly the same on all four doors. And if you've ever had to take your door panel off for anything, you probably already know how to do this, but you see how easy it came off. Slip the little tool down in there like that, pull back, and it comes off. And it kind of like pulls out that way. So if your new piece didn't have any of the little clips on it, you're going to want to transfer your clips to the new one. So I'll do that. And there you go. And that's where I'm going to wrap up this video. Actually, like I said, there's no reason for me to show you how to do all of these. All of the doors are literally exactly the same, and it takes like no time whatsoever. Something else I just wanted to mention is that it only cost me like $7 to get all of these trim pieces from the junkyard for all 4 doors and the dash pieces and all that. So this is a really like affordable DIY that you can do that I think really changes the look of the car a lot. And Audi makes these trim pieces in like a bunch of different colors. Like you can get like the kind that with my car had, which is kind of like the gray plastic. There's a black plastic if you have black interior that looks really cool. And I think there are like 2 or 3 different wood grain trims that you can get too, as well as carbon fiber if you can find an RS4, or if you want to just buy it off the internet somewhere. But it's a really simple, easy DIY to do. And it shouldn't take you that long to do it either. And like I said, if you go to the junkyard and get it, they're gonna charge you way less than like 20 bucks to do all of this. And I think that's a really great value. So that's gonna be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Get subscribed if you want to see more videos on the Project Avant here, as there are gonna be plenty more videos to come on this car. That's gonna be it. Thanks for watching.